Unfortunately, if you are dealing with fibroids, low iron or iron deficiency and anemia typically go hand in hand with fibroids, and that's likely due to you experiencing heavy bleeding, or sometimes it's even because of the size and placement of those fibroids. They could be pushing up against your colon or pushing up against parts of your digestive organs that can prevent you from being able to properly absorb your iron. So in this video, I'm going to share some strategies that I use. But before I do that, I want to give a disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. This video is not medical advice. I'm simply sharing some strategies that I've used that have helped me consistently keep my iron levels up, or when they drop, get them back up to the right place. So, speaking of consulting your doctor, the first thing that I want you to do is please, please, please go have your iron tested. Go get you an iron panel. And the reason for this is because a lot of times I notice people kind of guess, or maybe they've had their iron levels tested some years ago and they're like, oh yeah, I tend to be anemic. However, they don't really have the data to prove that this is actually the reason for maybe some of the symptoms that they're experiencing, like maybe hair loss or extreme fatigue. So we really want to get that information, because your iron panel is actually a few different numbers. It's a couple different numbers on that panel that can give your doctor an idea of what's going on with you and confirm if it's actually from fibroids, help confirm if what you're experiencing or your anemia is actually from fibroids or some other underlying condition. So again, we really want to consult our doctor about this and really get that data. The other reason why we want that data is because of dosing, because maybe your doctor might prescribe a certain dosing or dosing in a certain way. Speaking of dosing, one thing that I like to do is I actually take my iron every other day instead of every day. Sometimes depending on, what my lab said when I've been to the doctor, I might even only take my iron 2 or 3 times a week. And that is because when you take iron, your liver releases an enzyme that actually blocks iron absorption for 24 hours after that. And so if you are taking more iron than your body can actually process, if it has nowhere to go, that's going to tax your liver. And again, if you have fibroids, the last thing you want is a taxed liver. And y'all, if you see me glancing down at my notes, it's because I don't want to miss anything, because I made some really good notes here and I just want to make sure that I'm covering everything. But again, going back to the dosing, always make sure you are consulting your doctor to make sure you're getting the proper dosing, because, maybe they might suggest doing more than that. The next thing that you want to do is work on your gut health. Now, I don't have time in this video, and it would be very difficult to really go into detail about this in this video, because everybody is different and everybody is experiencing different things. However, I will say, if you are someone like myself who tends to have digestive issues, this is something that you'll want to deal with. And so maybe you want to see a GI doctor or a gastroenterologist. I think I said that right, y'all. Gastroenterologist or a GI doctor. You'll want to see them to get to the bottom of what's going on with your what's going on with your digestion, because maybe there are some food sensitivities or allergies there that are causing you sensitivities. Maybe there is some inflammation there. Something is causing you to have inflammation that's not allowing you to be able to absorb nutrients the way that you need to, or process nutrients the way that you need to. And so getting on top of your gut health, working to improve your gut health, is also going to help improve your iron levels. The next thing that I have done is I have finally found a quality supplement that works well for me. Now, unfortunately, again, everyone's body is different. Personally, I have had to try several iron supplements, but the one that I'm currently using and that I've been using for years is the Garden of Life's raw iron supplement. Now, they make another one. I can't remember. I think that one is called Blood something. I think it's called like Blood Builder or something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it comes in a red box. I tried to compare ingredients on those two iron supplements. I can't really tell a big difference. I think one does have a slightly higher dosage than the other one, but the reason that I like this particular supplement is that it does have cofactors in it, and I think it actually does have an enzyme built into this iron supplement, again, to kind of help with that digestive system. And also, I found that this one is not constipating, so that's why I prefer it. And I will link this iron in the description box. I'll link this supplement in the description box. But personally, that's the one that I've been using for years. It does have B12, and also it has folate in it and vitamin C, which vitamin C is a cofactor for iron. The next thing that we want to do is start being mindful of how we prepare our foods. I try to cook as much stuff as I can in a cast iron skillet to kind of get a little iron that way. I've also seen these it's like a little fish or like these little iron things. I don't know. They're like little, I'll try to post a picture here, but they're these little iron things. They're like an iron ornament that you can drop in your food while you're cooking, and it's supposed to help, add more iron to your food. So that's going to be a way that you can naturally take in iron without doing additional supplementing. But also, you really want to focus on those whole foods that are rich in iron. And so those are going to be your leafy greens, your fish. Some nuts have a nice amount of iron in it. Red meat is going to have some iron. Just be sure if you're going to be doing fish and red meat that you are going for wild caught fish and you're going for grass-fed beef, grass-fed and finished beef. You want to make sure you're getting high quality foods if you're going to be eating those things. And also pair them with some vitamin C rich foods. Maybe you'll squeeze a little lemon over them, tomatoes, things like that that are high in vitamin C. You want to pair those foods together so that you can have better iron absorption. Now, I hope this video was super helpful. Like I said, the best thing to start out with is just getting those labs done so that you can make sure that you are actually supplementing appropriately and talking to your doctor about the amount. But we really want to try to get most of our iron, or as much as our iron, from whole foods as possible. So I highly recommend, I think I have a list of iron rich foods, and if I can find that list, I will link it down below. But we want to make sure that we are really getting in as much of these foods on a daily basis so that we are not experiencing fatigue and even heavier bleeding and just being lethargic and not feeling our best. I hope you found this video helpful. Do me a favor and make sure that you are subscribed here. Make sure that you like this video so it can get out to other women who are dealing with this. And I love you guys so much. I will catch you in this next video.